Excited to have everybody on tonight, and welcome to our Start Strong call. My name is Leah Sheeter. I'm a National Marketing Director with the Juice Plus Company, and I'm just super excited that you're on because, first of all, that means that you are either launching your Juice Plus business or maybe relaunching it. I think any of us who've been around for a while have probably experienced relaunches before, and that's awesome too. So I think the similarity here is that we are all business owners and we have the freedom with this franchise to get to choose our own goal. And some of you may be getting on tonight and this is completely new. You could have said yes today and you're just thinking it makes sense to get the best price for my products. I want to offset or cover my cost. And others of you that may be on here might actually be looking at this as a legitimate opportunity to create a part-time or full-time income stream in your life. And so I think that it's just important to say that we are excited for you no matter where you are in that spectrum. You may fall somewhere in between, or you may be somebody that's looking at this as a serious plan A. And regardless of what your goal is, I think it's just important for you to know that this is a legit business and it's one that can create a full-time income for your family if that's what you want. It can be an awesome side gig and create some nice second stream of income. It's really done all of the above for our family. And I'll share a little bit about my story shortly, but just really briefly about this call, the whole purpose of our call really is to help people get a strong start, a launch or a relaunch their business, or you may be on here and you're looking to get better as a leader in launching more people successfully in your business. So wherever you're at, that's what the purpose of this call is for. And there's several of us NMDs that have come together. One of the amazing things about our business, and I think it speaks volumes about our mission, is that none of us are financially connected to each other. We just want to see this mission advanced and we want to help people reach their full potential and what they want to get out of this. And we know that we can do that better together. So that's why we're here together tonight. And here's a reality that's important to take note of if you're taking notes tonight. And that is that this journey for you, regardless of what your goal is going to be 80% mindset and 20% skill set. Anybody that has had any level of success in this business, they're going to tell you that they have experienced that to be true. And so the point of us sharing that with you tonight is that you are going to have access to all the skills to build the skill set that you need, the tools that you need. We're not going to cover those really tonight. We're going to focus primarily on mindset pieces and ways in which you want to be approaching your business and how you want to create pictures that can help you focus on what you want to get out of this. And I will mention briefly, if you haven't already been introduced to this website, make sure you write it down. It's going to give you everything you need to get started and help you start developing those skill sets. And it is www.thefreedomrevolution.com. And there's actually a tab at the top that says Get Started. You can click there and it literally will walk you through everything from there. So that's a huge tool that you can use for yourself and for any team that you're adding on in this journey. So during this call, like I said, we're going to focus primarily on mindset. And basically what we're going to do is cover 3 success ingredients. And Alice and I get to co-host with the awesome Alice Harden tonight. So you'll get to hear from her in just a little bit. So I'm going to cover the first 2 for you. And the first one, we're just going to hop right in here, is desire. And here's the thing, and this is what we're getting at with desire. First of all, desire, you can really look at it as having 2 chapters, if you will. The first chapter of desire is yourself. So this really is identifying why you're in this business, what you want out of it. What does success look like to you? So the analogy that we often use is putting your oxygen mask on first. Because if we haven't yet identified what we want out of this, we're going to be limited in how many people we can actually help. And I travel a lot with my kiddos, and I don't know how many times I've heard that, put your oxygen mask on before you put it on your kids. But, I think developing that reality in our own lives is actually something that we underestimate the power of. And that's what we're asking you to do here. Just even in this moment, if you have a pen and a paper, jot down what are the things that have already come to your mind since you've started this business or been introduced to it that you want out of it. And even, write down the things that maybe feel a little scary to write down. I know for me, when I got started, my vision was, really just to cover the cost of our product, because my husband and I were right out of college. We'd just gotten married. I really don't even remember how we were paying our bills every month, just getting our first jobs, getting our feet under us. But I was also in a health crisis that I felt like hit me like a ton of bricks out of nowhere. And if you've ever experienced that or seen anybody that's experienced it, you will do almost anything. You're desperate for answers. And I really believed that Juice Plus was a significant answer that was going to be a catalyst for health change for us. So I was going to find a way to get it in. And when I found that, I could actually share it with a few people and cover my costs, I was like, okay, I'll do that. That is all I'm going to do. I had no vision to do anything beyond that. And if that's you, that's totally okay. Write down whatever it is for you right now. And I would suggest thinking maybe 6 to 9 months from now. Where would you want to be 6 to 9 months from now? What would success look like for you? And I encourage people to think of it in a dollar amount. And part of the reason for that is, number one, it's concrete, and our brains work really well with concrete pictures. And also because if you're anything like me, and I know a lot of people have resonated with this same reality that I did, I had some things to work through when it came to money and money goals, because I thought that was selfish in the beginning of my journey to have goals like that. And what I came to learn, and hopefully this will be an encouragement to you too, is that money really is a resource like many things that we have. We have time. Yes, we have money. We have, the things that we own. We have our gifts and talents. These are all resources. And money it's a transfer of energy. And money is only going to make you more of who you already are. And so if you've been given a vehicle that literally provides unlimited, income potential based on, obviously how much you want to put into it, it just seems right for the people that join this type of business that are so servant-hearted to go all in and totally take advantage of that, because you're going to be the types of people that go out in the world and do amazing things with that. So I really encourage you, maybe write down a number that would be meaningful to your family. And we're going to talk a little bit more about what some of those options are later in the call. So that might even give you some ideas that are a little bit more concrete. So Chapter 2 of Desire is helping others. And this is where we really focus on identifying our personal pain. And I think the reason for this is people relate to the pain points of our story. So for me, when I got started, as I've already shared with you, first and foremost, you heard probably 2 pain points. The first was that I was in a health crisis. The second was that we also had a financial crisis, because I couldn't even consider adding, one simple thing to our budget every month. So even though health was my primary focus at the time, and I was actually working a high stress corporate job, and I had a lot of other things on my plate in life outside that job, including getting my master's degree and several other things. And for me, I was still in the midst of all that looking for some other way to earn a second stream of income, but everything was trading time for dollars. And so the pain point for me was looking into my future and thinking, well, number one, I'm not satisfied now in what I'm doing. I don't feel like I'm making a contribution in the world like I would want to, or getting to use my passions and gifts the way I want to. I mean, more or less, I wanted to be my own boss, but I didn't even know that that was a thing or possible for somebody to be able to do that, to design when they took vacation or how much they took vacation. But to me, where the rubber really met the road was thinking about the fact that I wanted to be a present mama one day. So number one, I wanted to have kids. And number two, I wanted to be able to choose when I got to read them a book and look them in the eyes, or take them to the science center and make decisions about, you know, how they get educated. And so that's what I get to do today. But it never would have been possible unless, you know, I had engaged in this journey. And so my pain point really has been often connecting with other people who want more time with the people they love most. And so identifying your pain point is going to help you, because it helps you connect to the people that have similar pain points. And people, what we know is that they are going to buy from those that they like, know, and trust. And so connecting in this area is going to help you build relationships, trust, and credibility with people, because you're being vulnerable and you're connecting on that level with them. So most likely you don't have to think far to know what that pain point is or was for you. And that piece is going to help you really connect with others in similar areas of pain as you, so that you can connect that to this solution that we have. So the second success ingredient that I want to focus a little bit on is consistency. So first we had desire, and we had the 2 chapters. So yourself and then also others. And then secondly, we have consistency. So what we're specifically talking about is consistency in the IPAs, which is income producing activity. And I'm going to go briefly through 5 of them. But before I do that, I want to just highlight the fact that people are totally watching us. And whether you realize it or not, people are watching what you're doing. They're watching, you know, what you're saying and how what you do lines up with what you're saying. And I think even, especially in this world of social media that we have today, there's even more of this opportunity of people watching and observing our consistency. And I think on the flip side of that, we have to be aware of the fact that our inconsistency also speaks volumes to people. And so the good news is that you can create your own consistency. You can decide what consistency looks like to you. There's no one definition of what that looks like. And I think that's one of the awesome areas of freedom and flexibility in what we do. But just know that your consistency will be something that helps perk curiosity with others. A lot of people that have come around in my journey to be a part of our team, it's happened because over time, and some people years of time after I originally invited them to learn, came along and wanted to know more because timing in their life changed, and they had been watching me continue to walk out this journey. And it really speaks volumes to people. And one of the examples I had recently shared on this call, which, you know, maybe this type of scenario is rare, but it just goes to show, I mean, even a high school friend of mine recently reached out through her mom's Facebook account, because she doesn't have a Facebook account, but she's been following my posts through her mom's account, and was wanting help in their health journey. And so you really never know who's watching. You can't base that on the amount of likes or comments that you get on your posts. So with that being said, the 5 main areas of consistency that I want to touch briefly on is, the first one is social media. So living your life through social media posting. And this is an amazing tool, you guys. At our fingertips, we can connect with hundreds and thousands of people. And this does not mean, and Alice will, she'll expound upon this, but it does not mean that we're using our Facebook page as a billboard or any kind of advertisement reel. As a matter of fact, we would completely encourage the opposite. Like, don't even mention the words Juice Plus. We're just looking to live out our lives, be a light, and pique people's curiosity about what we're doing. And that's, I think that's a little bit of a learned skill, but you can follow people that do that well and you can practice at it. That's what I've done. And it's actually really fun to do it that way, because it gives you this greater sense of the mission that you're a part of and the value that you're getting to add to people's lives. Secondly, conversations. So this is about relationship building. This is not about prospecting. It's not about, if you ever had a concern that joining a business like ours was about hunting people down. We do not hunt. We attract people because we're having a great time and we're loving on people. But this is the proactive part of us creating friendships and just being more human. We were made to have relationships with people. So loving on people and remembering that principle that people will buy from those they like, know, and trust. When they purchase Juice Plus or when they become a part of this mission, whether they realize it or not, they're doing it because they're buying you, not necessarily, just the product. So thirdly, one little thing I do like to add on that is that it's about loving with no ulterior motive. I just think that's a really important part of what we do. Thirdly is follow-up. And follow-up is something we like to affectionately refer to as an act of love. And it's also the way in which we conduct ourselves as professionals in what we do. Because if we invite somebody to learn, honestly, it's only courteous and loving for us to follow up and make sure that they're getting the questions they have answered and that they have ample opportunity to have the information they need to make the best decision possible for themselves and their family. Then fourthly, events. So for events, what I was always taught when I started the business was 2 boot camps and 2 conferences a year. And so that's what I've always done. And it's shown to be very, it's been really, really a huge part of my growth. Without it, I would not be where I am today. And our conferences are twice a year. So our next one is actually, I believe it's April the 11th through the 13th. It's a Thursday through a Saturday. I'm not looking at my calendar at the moment, but it's going to be in Sacramento. So, there's plenty of time between now and then to not only go ahead and plan, your own trip, but to start inviting other people to come with you, because it's even more fun when you bring people with you. And events are kind of what we refer to as staying near the fire, because you're going to go out throughout the week, you're going to share what you have, you're going to seek to be a light. And the reality is that sometimes we'll get cold feet. We'll get certain responses from people. Everybody's not always going to be as excited or loving toward our message as we are. So coming back to the fire on a regular basis through local events and through our broader events, and especially through our weekly team calls, because everybody on here has a weekly team call, so you can connect and find out when that is going to be huge, because life is always going to happen for everybody. So it's important to have a plan in place to stay connected to the community. And then lastly, loving on your customers, because some of those people are going to become a part of your team. And I think it's just so important for us to show the people that have made that commitment to their health that we're here to serve them, and that we appreciate that investment that they're making in their health, because that also can fuel their excitement for spreading this message to other people in their lives. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Alice to share with us success ingredient number 3.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Leah. I love doing this call with you, and it's just an incredible opportunity to get to do this together every week. So thanks guys for logging in. And I do just have to make a quick shout out because it happens so rarely. I saw that there's another Alice on the call, and I just want to say I see you. We are Alice twins. So welcome guys. Leah did an awesome job. I'm Alice Harden. I'm in Jackson, Tennessee, and I'm a national marketing director with the Juice Plus company. And the third success ingredient we're going to talk about tonight is being teachable. Not a fun word. This can be the hardest part for some people because they've had some success or experience outside of network marketing, and they think they know what it takes to be successful in this business. But in network marketing, it is such a different game. Being teachable is so very important. For me, I came into this as a musician, and I had a whole lot of ideas of how I was going to be creative and do this my own way. And what it always came back to is it's not about how amazing or creative you are. It's really, which you are creative and amazing, but it's really about what can be duplicated. And so we've got to be teachable in every area. So people who create success in network marketing treat it like a business. So in traditional business, entrepreneurs are attracted to franchises because systems are in place. Someone has gone before them, created success, documented success, and they teach it to us. So this doesn't happen outside of the franchise model. So I'm going to show you guys really quick our system. Let me share my screen. Here we go. Oh, technology. Here we go. Can you guys see that? Give me a nod. Yes, awesome. Okay, so this is our funnel. Okay, guys, so here you can see Leah kind of touched on this, and I'm just going to dig in a little bit more, but the first part of our funnel is creating curiosity. Our goal as we are out in this world is to increase curiosity and decrease resistance. So we teach our teams to not have the words or the brand name Juice Plus on any social media platforms. We're in a relationship building business, which is my favorite thing ever. I was like created for this, but what happens when we post the brand name, all people have to do is to Google, and the good or bad things that their brain gets, the answers to, it'll just put it to rest. So the relationship or conversation is lost that way. So with our social media accounts and live and in person, our goal is to be the trailer, not the movie. Have you guys ever seen a trailer to a movie and it basically tells you the end and you're just like, well, I'm not going to spend $11 to go see that, or whatever it costs wherever you live. So we want to create curiosity and stoke conversation. So as you can see, as you're creating curiosity, what comes next? Conversation, naturally. So we want to say a little to a lot of people. Utilize conversation to invite them in to an event. So listen to their pain, like what Leah was talking about. Everybody has a pain point. Everybody has a desire. And then you want to lead them to an appropriate educational experience. So if you're talking to if you were talking to me, my pain was that I really wanted to be healthy, but I didn't have enough money to make, to buy anything extra, hardly anything at all healthy, because I was making $600 a month as a nanny when I heard about Juice Plus. And so what my friend so expertly did was got me to an event where I learned about the business opportunity, where I could hear other people share how they were just like me and didn't have a background in business. And that was when it really started to make sense. So the third part of our funnel is an event. This can be live or recorded. This is the movie part, right? This is so exciting. I remember when Free Willy came out, and it just makes me think about Free Willy for some reason. You're getting to take them to go see Free Willy. So the power in an event is that facts tell, but stories compel people. They sell things to people. People get out of the event they get off the event emotional. So buying is an emotional decision. We want them getting off the phone thinking, I can do this. In fact, I could probably do this better than so-and-so. During the event, prospects are really thinking three things. Can Juice Plus meet my desire? In the event, we address how we get paid, and we cast a vision for the income one can make. 2, are people there to help me? And we address how we only get paid and achieve our goals by being there for them. The third thing that they might be thinking is, can I do this? And we explain in the follow-up call how this business runs, and they will see that they can do this. So our new reps are given the opportunity on these events to share what they're excited about in a non-threatening way. So people's guards are down. It helps their people to hear their vision. And again, at the end of the day, people buy us, right? What Leah said earlier. Our goal is for the new rep to invite 20 people to their launch event. Can you guys wrap your mind around that? If you have 20 people in your cell phone contacts or on your Facebook friends, anybody can do this. So next, we want to follow up just like Leah said, this is an act of love. The outreach vibe is we've been so busy that we haven't had a chance until now to reach back out within 24 hours. You want to follow up within 24 hours. So on the phone, you're going to call them. Or for you millennials, you may text them or send them a Facebook message. And you say, is now a good time to connect or tomorrow to answer questions you might have? You know, you're leading with that belief that they're going to have questions for you. And if you haven't had a chance to watch a replay, that's okay. How about, you know, you set up another time to talk? So it's important to have someone else who has been in the business longer when you connect with them on a three-way call. But when you're following up, you want to connect with the people and find out what their questions are so you can bring them to a more experienced person. The follow-up and three-way connection is proof. This is the proof. This is walking it out that we are there for them and we are there for their success. Okay, guys? So the final part of this is the three-way connection. In the three-way, they see the system. If you don't do a three-way call, they don't see that that happens, and they will be less teachable. And if you didn't get followed up with a three-way call, guess what? You get to be the change you want to see in the world. On a three-way connection, we ask questions. We ask better questions and get better answers. These are some of the questions that you might want to ask when you're on a three-way call, because you guys will be leaving them one day. So what was your biggest takeaway? What do you need to know to get started? What could sharing this with others do for you? What does success look like to you? What if it could be more? What could it be? Make a point to ask, how did you get to this three-way call? Okay, so they might say something like, I saw a social media post, or my friend reached out, or people sent me a link for a video to watch, set up a three-way, and now we're here. And in that three-way call, we handle the skepticism of, can I do this? It's just simple, right? So this is our sales funnel, as you can see. And I'm gonna stop, well, I'm gonna stop sharing just for a second so I can look at you guys, be bigger. There are a couple of mantras we'd like to share that we live by. The first is, the more you know, the slower you go. My upline, Jade, she and I laughed about when she first got started. She would do like 30-minute PowerPoint presentations just to convince people how smart she was. And you know what? She didn't really grow very fast at the beginning. But when she got out of her own way, people she couldn't stop people from signing up with her. So we encourage you to look for answers when you have questions. I always love getting to tell people, I don't know, but I can find the answer. This business does not require you to have a PhD or study anything in order to follow the system. Praise the Lord. All we encourage you to do is to be talking to people, sharing your story, and posting on social media. The second mantra is an understanding that we have gained from a great resource called GoPro. And the idea is that any success you create is your success. Your success is 100% your responsibility, not your uplines, not your sidelines, and definitely not your downlines. On the flip side, any failure is also your responsibility. We all have the same industry, the same company, the same marketing plan and products. The only thing that varies is us, and that's why we're focusing in on this mindset piece. Those who are following the three keys we're talking about are the ones having success, and the ones who don't usually are not in any real sustainable way. So if you need help, everybody raise your hand, put up your hand, and we will work with anyone who is showing up. If you show up, no matter where you are and what your goals are, we will help. It doesn't matter if your goal is $500 a month, which is awesome, or $10,000 a month, which is awesome. We will help you the same. We can't pull you up Mount Everest, but we can guide you. It's all in you. You can do this. The third mantra is that our goal is to develop our representatives into leaders. The greatest gift we can do for our team members or give to our team members is independence as quick as possible. We are here for every step along the way, but at some point, our people become independent leaders. That's our goal, that's our heart, that's our expectation. I didn't get into this business to have staff, and neither did you. Staff looks to owners for success versus looking within, and that's not what we do. So that's our third mantra. And finally, the last mantra is certainty is power. The most certain person in the room always wins. At the end of the day, people are not really buying Juice Plus or the virtual franchise. They are buying you, your confidence, your excitement, your vision. Our business is built upon having confidence in 4 areas. So jot these down and give yourself a rating between 1 and 10. 1 is you don't have much certainty in this area, and 10 is you are rock solid. So how do you rate yourself 1 to 10 on the product? How about with our company, the Juice Plus company, and the business model that they have? That would be grouped together there. 1 to 10. How about the industry, network marketing? This is an area where I really had to grow because I was so scared of what people would think about me. Next, and finally, this is yourself, 1 to 10. When you walk into a room, do you give off that confidence that you are doing something important? So your lowest areas are where you need to start to do the work. Let your sponsor know your self-assessment, and they will be able to guide you to resources to help you build your confidence in those areas. We don't get the haters anymore because our certainty is stronger than their doubt, right? Every once in a while we get those rascally rabbits, but yours is going to get stronger too. So lastly, let's reflect back to where we started, desire, and what is possible for you. I'm going to show you some really awesome numbers. Okay. So this is our income potential that we can have with this. So as you can see, the yellow dot is you. I hope that's clear. And you are going to go out there and you are going to build an awesome, let's just say you go out and build an awesome rock solid 24 customer quad shake order. You know, you're getting people on the quad and they're drinking 1 shake a day. You do that for 24 people. We call that our gold standard package, which I think Leah might be touching on that. And so you help those people, they're loving their results, you're loving on them. And then you start 3 team members that do the exact same thing as you, because your team's going to do what they see you doing. And that will make you a 3 club. And at 3 club, you are making about $1,000 a month, depending on what people are ordering from you. It could be more. So this is an annual $12,000 on average. And for a lot of people, that's their house not getting foreclosed. That's groceries from the organic section. That's a car payment or 2. That's private school, okay? Next, if you and those and your rep number A, or rep A and B, you don't have to know how to talk when you do this business. A and B, they do the same thing that they just saw you do. They created their own 3 clubs, and now you are an 8 club. How awesome is that? And you're now making about $2,500 a month. It's such an exciting place to be. I loved it when I hit this because I never made that much money in my life. I cried when I got a comment in my paycheck. And now you're making annually $30,000. I mean, that's like maybe more than what some teachers make. And teachers do this business on the side. So that's a really cool thing, to get to double your income for some people out there. Okay, next, you and Rep C just felt left out, so she or he wanted to be a 3 club too. So now you're at a 12 club, you're making $3,300 a month, you get invited to a swanky dinner at the fall conference, and you're making annually $40,000 on average. Now we're talking turkey, okay? And then finally, you added a couple more friends because you just couldn't help it. So Rep D and E decided to become 3 clubs. And now you're a national marketing director. You get a full benefits package. You're making $4,000 to $6,000 every single month. And annually, you're making $60,000 on average. That is stinking awesome. I'm super proud of you guys for doing this. So I'm going to stop sharing now. And I just want to wrap things up a little bit. I'm going to hand it back to Leah, but I just want to thank you guys for getting on here and paying attention. I hope that these numbers speak to you and that you find yourself in there somewhere. So Leah, I'm going to let you just put a little bow on this, girl.
Awesome. Thanks for that. Can you hear me okay?
Mm-hmm. I just muted you, so.
I was about to say, did I mute myself? I wouldn't put it past me. It's totally happened. All right, you guys. Thanks again for being on. And just a couple of things to wrap up. Just a quick review. The 3 main success ingredients are desire, also consistency in the 5 areas we talked about, which is social media, relationships, follow-up, events, and customer care. And then thirdly, being teachable. And so Alice shared as part of the area at the end where she was sharing about the income potential, what it looks like to get to $1,000 a month. Now, I want to put this in context for you guys because like I said, just to take you back really quick to the beginning of the call, wherever you are is awesome. You get to choose what you want out of this. And you might want something now and that may grow. And oftentimes it does. That's exactly what happened with me. I never in a million years thought I would be making a full-time income. I get to make more doing this, helping people than I did in the corporate world. And I get to be with my kids every day. So everybody's story is different and what you want is different. But if that $1,000 a month goal maybe resonates with you like it does for a lot of people, because it does, it's a nice side gig. It does a lot for families. And if that resonates with you, we want to give you a quick picture of what that looks like, because images are really powerful. So if you have a picture of what that looks like, you're going to be able to move toward it really effectively. And so just to recap what Alice already explained, what it looks like to get to the 1,000 is, first of all, you having a customer base of 10 gold standard customers is what we call it. So gold standard means they have the quad and they have 1 shake a day. And so you've got a customer base of 10 and you teach 3 people direct to you to do the same thing. And that's going to put you at the 3 club that she talked about, and that's about $1,000 a month. Now, what does that look like on a practical level? So one of the things that I think is really helpful is to know how to break this down. And what it would look practically like would be reaching out to about 4 people intentionally, sending out 4 intentional invites per day to invite people to take a look at one of the pieces of education, one of the tools that we talked about in the funnel tonight. So intentional invites following the funnel in context of relationship and healthy follow-up and all those good things. So 4 intentional invites and about 16, if you're writing this down, about 16 connections with your sponsor per month. So connecting your sponsor with somebody else. So that's about 4 times a week that you're connecting your sponsor with somebody else that you're in conversation with. And that could be in lots of forms. It could be on Zoom like this. It could be on Facebook Messenger or in a text format. But you know, you are making that connection so that you can, number 1, learn how to engage people and give third-party validation or get third-party validation from your sponsor. So that's a really practical way to break that down and just be able to see how feasible it really can be. This isn't something that is going to happen overnight. I think that it's really healthy in this business to have a farmer's mentality, to know that if you're planting the seeds and you're doing the activity consistently, you will reap the harvest of what you're putting forth. And as long as you continue in that consistency. So that's all I've got for you guys. Alice, you were awesome. Thanks for hosting with me. And thank you guys for being on. And we'll see you hopefully next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.